Hey everyone, it's Adam here. I can't see the guy. I know this video is like a little bit out of date. Royal Rumble was a couple of nights ago, but I watched it last night with my friends, and I said I'll give you all a review of the Royal Rumble. So here goes. I mean, definitely not the best Royal Rumble of all time. And to tell you the truth, there were some moments of this pay-per-view here and there that were really entertaining. I'm not denying that. But boy, am I disappointed with the results. No, really disappointed with the outcome results to these matches, everybody. Again, I didn't at least expect the winners of these matches. Well, some of them I did, but I'll go through one by one and I'll tell you honestly what I honestly think. In the first match, Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble. Why? Why? You've got all these fresh women, all these women. I mean, one thing I noticed about all these women that were making all these entrances into the Royal Rumble is I didn't even know who half of them were. Because, like I say, I don't watch Raw, I don't watch SmackDown, I don't watch NXT. I only watch pay-per-views if the match cards are really interesting. Even in this new Triple H era, the Netflix era, you know what I mean? It still doesn't mean that I'm going to watch these shows 100% full time, because I think those days are long gone for me. Because I've not watched Raw, SmackDown from at least the year 2008, you know what I mean? It's been fucking years since I've watched Raw and SmackDown all the way through. Because I think those days are long gone now. But I think that's the reason why I didn't know who half of these women were that were in the Royal Rumble. And it makes perfectly clear now why they brought out the Women's Intercontinental title and the Women's US title. It's clearly fucking obvious because the rosters now are that jam-packed full, and then they haven't got enough screen time for everybody, but they might as well call them the mid-card titles, because it gives the women something to fight for, because not all these women are going to have the opportunity to become women's champion. You know what I mean? So it makes only sense that they're going to give them either the Women's Intercontinental title or the Women's United States title as a mid-card belt. And at least one of these women are going to win this belt one way or another, because we've got Chelsea Green as the US champion. I don't know who's the Intercontinental champion because, like I say, I'm not familiar with the roster. But all I know is they're way overcrowded with these fucking rosters, and all these women that were coming in, I had no fucking idea who any of them were. One thing that was really nice is that Alexa Bliss came back, with an entrance from Trish Stratus, and Nikki Bella, who came out at number 30. That was nicely to see, but Charlotte Flair winning it, why? She hasn't been in WWE because of a serious knee injury, I understand that, but Alexa Bliss has been out for 2 years. Why not give her the victory? You know what I mean? I mean, all the rumours were false about AJ Lee returning. I think that's probably because Alexa Bliss made an appearance and all that kind of thing, and they didn't want to spoil too much hype. I have no fucking idea. But Alexa Bliss got like a major pop when she made her return. Everyone was so happy to see her. I was happy to see her. And to tell you the truth, I would have been happy enough if she would have won the Royal Rumble. It would have made more sense, you know what I mean, for Alexa Bliss to win it, because that's who everybody wanted to win, Alexa Bliss. I mean, it was nice to see Trish Stratus, and it was nice to see Nikki Bella come out number 30. She still got a nice hot ass. It's a fucking shame her hot pants were shorter like the old days, you know what I mean? But the Women's Royal Rumble match, it was fine. Like I say, I hadn't a clue who half of these women were, but the match itself was fine. But the outcome, I mean, it came down to Charlotte Flair and Roxanne at the end, and Charlotte Flair picked up the victory. And I'm thinking to myself, Charlotte Flair wins again? Really? We get it. We know how great she is. We know she's Ric Flair's daughter, But why give it to her? Why? We get it. Her father was the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Does that mean she's going to be a 16-time World Champion too? Obviously that's the case. So all the boner kills about AJ Lee returning and all that was all false. Alexa Bliss should have won the Royal Rumble in my opinion, because she was the one that made the major comeback. I know Charlotte Flair was the one that made the comeback also, but the Royal Rumble won in my opinion. I like Charlotte Flair, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think she's talented and all that, but come on, give it to some of these fresh women, If you're going to push some of these women why are you pushing Charlotte Flair even more to greater heights? You know what I mean? So that's just my honest opinion. The match was okay, but again, disappointed with the result. Next for the Tag Team Championships, DIY defeated the Motor City Machine Guns. Again, I'm not familiar with this tag team. You know, I don't know if they're on NXT, Raw, SmackDown. I think they're on SmackDown because of the design of the belts. I mean, the match was fine. We got a little bit of blood in this match because one guy got busted open from the nose, a guy with a beard. Don't know his name, but it was okay. I mean, the finisher was pretty lame that they had. You know, they had a flame finisher. I mean, their moveset was much more effective and shattering more than the fucking finishing move that they had. But again, it was fine, and the Street Profits got involved by turning heel, hitting guys with crutches and things like that. It was fine, a nice little tag team match. I mean, I don't know why they'd put it on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, because to tell you the truth, there's only 4 matches on this card, you know, and I was a bit disappointed that Gunther wasn't defending the world title on this pay-per-view, because I'm a big fan of Gunther. I think he's like the crown jewel of the company. I mean, he's one of WWE's most greatest talents, you know, and the least you can do is make him defend the title at the pay-per-view, you know what I mean? But instead they gave us this, and there was nothing wrong with it. I thought it was fine. The next match, Cody Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens in a ladder match. And I have to admit, this was a really good match. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I always enjoy a ladder match. They're hard-hitting, they're brutal. Cody Rhodes hit his head off a ladder when he fell backwards. He took a move off the top rope and he went through the ladder. And for the ending, it was really convincing. Sami Zayn was at ringside. I mean, I thought Sami Zayn was going to turn heel and help Kevin Owens in some capacity. But that weren't the case. In fact, he did like the Alabama slam. Kevin Owens right through the fucking ladder. It looked painful. It looked convincing. You know, I was never a fan of Kevin Owens, but one thing I will admit about him, he's willing to take hard bumps just to entertain the crowd. This was a really good match. It was brutal. It was hard hitting. There was blood, and a really good match for the WWE title, you know, but it was predictable. We all know Cody Rhodes was going to win. You know, we knew Cody Rhodes was going to win. He's not ready to lose the title just yet. But, you know, you're sitting there through the match thinking, I know who's going to win this straight away. But it would have been a nice little angle if Sami Zayn would have turned heel and he would have somehow got Kevin Owens some help or whatever like that. But that weren't the case. And it was for the Winged Eagle and the Undisputed Championship. To tell the truth, I really wish I'd get rid of that fucking Undisputed Championship. It looks fucking plain as hell. The Winged Eagle belt is so beautiful. It's a beautiful championship. I really wish I'd keep that full time and get rid of that fucking horrible ugly belt. I really do. But obviously that's not going to be the case. Okay, so good match. I like the ladder match for the WWE title. Now, talk about this, after all this time, after all this waiting, after watching this entire pay-per-view, the Men's Royal Rumble, Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. I'll say it again, Jey Uso. You know, the guy that was in a tag team with his brother Jimmy Uso. Usos won the fucking Royal Rumble. And I'm like, come on, man. Really? Jey Uso is going to be a world champion soon, really? Can you really imagine him with the world title belt? How off-putting and off-looking it's going to look? I know why they made him win the Royal Rumble, because he's so over the crowd with the whole yeet, 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 and the merchandise selling and all that shit. So he's making the company a lot of money through the merchandise. Big fucking deal. Those wrestlers are doing that, but come on, man, Jey Uso. It just goes to show that anyone that's going to win the Royal Rumble, that anyone's going to win the Royal Rumble now. If Jey Uso's going to win the Royal Rumble, anyone's going to fucking win it now. I really thought CM Punk was going to win, and I wanted CM Punk to win, because CM Punk is someone that's gone through all the main event matches with Drew McIntyre, put on a great Hell in a Cell match. I thought it was his year. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that for the year of 2025. CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and AJ Lee made a return at the Women's Royal Rumble and she won it as well. And they would have both gone to WrestleMania as a pair going for the World Championships. Imagine how great that would have been. You know, but no, we didn't get that. And as far as surprise entrances go, we get one guy. What was his name now? That's the YouTube streamer. He took that guy's place. That was probably the most entertaining part of the Rumble. You know, him getting speared by Braun Breaker. You know, and we get some entertaining situations outside the ring where Seth Rollins turned heel, curb stomp Roman Reigns on the floor. That was good. You know, and the Royal Rumble match was fine. You know, I had this feeling that John Cena was going to win, but at the end of the day, it would have made no perfect sense if John Cena would have won this Royal Rumble match. I mean, if he won the Royal Rumble match, that would give nothing to do with the Elimination Chamber. And John Cena's already been on a press conference saying that he's going to be at the Elimination Chamber. So that's kind of gave it away that he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. But I personally wanted CM Punk to win. I really thought this would have been a nice win for CM Punk because I feel he deserves it. You know, and I feel like he's been like superstar of the year, you know, and he's been through the most, he's put on the most best matches, and for him to be rewarded as a main event spot at WrestleMania would have been really nice. But when he got eliminated, I was like, oh, shit, Cena's going to win. But then when he came out to John Cena and Jey Uso at the end, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck's going on here? Like, it's obvious John Cena's going to win, but no, Jey Uso won. Because John Cena lifted Jey Uso up onto his shoulders. And as he was about to FU him, he counted it, it came off, and he simply pushed Cena off the apron. And Cena's there with pretending to look shocked. He's like, you know, pretending to look shocked. He goes in the ring, congratulations Jey Uso, and that really. I mean, you can just tell with John Cena that he wants this tour to be over and done with. You know, because John Cena's had enough now of wrestling. You know, you can tell his heart's not in it. He's lost most of his muscle. And John Cena's had a fucking enough of the WWE now. He just wants to move on to movies. And he wants to move on to bigger and better things. You know, I mean, I know he's doing this farewell tour, which is going to last all year. But you could just tell by the way he was performing. He was much more slower than usual. He wasn't running as fast as he did when he ran to the ring to the Royal Rumble. And you can just tell in himself that he's like, I don't want to fucking be here. You know what I mean? So that's what it felt like to me. It feels like John Cena doesn't really want to be there. He just wants to get this year over and done with so he can finish the WWE and just move on with his life. That's what John Cena wants to do. You can just tell that that's what he wants to do. But Jey Uso, can you really imagine this guy as a world champion? Really? Can you? I can understand him being in the tag team division and the Intercontinental title division sometimes, but the world title, is he really that good? I mean, he does good super kicks and all that and frog splashes, but other than that, can he really do anything amazing in the ring? I mean, I just don't see it, you know what I mean? I just don't see it. We go from Royal Rumble winners like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Undertaker, and then we go all the way down to Jey Uso. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is WWE doing? Jey Uso, I mean, I've never liked him. I mean, he was okay as a heel in the tag team division with his brother Jimmy in the PG era, I suppose, if you like to call it that. But this whole yeet, and all this shit, it's just not convincing for me. You know, I can't understand why people are backing this guy up. But I don't make the rules, I don't make the bookings, I don't make the scripts, you know what I mean? So, overall, it was good. It was a good Royal Rumble in terms of entertainment value, you know, with counters, hard-hitting moments and things like that. But boy, were the outcomes really disappointing. You sit through the whole fucking pay-per-view, hoping your favourites are going to win, and there's a complete blow in the fucking face when the people who you least expect win. You think to yourself, do they really deserve it? Do they really need it? And that's how I felt about this pay-per-view. So the match qualities were fine. Don't get me wrong. I like the ladder match. I like the tag team title match. I love the Royal Rumble matches themselves. I always have fun with the Royal Rumble matches. But it was just the outcomes that I did not like. You know, disappointing outcomes of the Royal Rumble winners. Charlotte Flair and Jey Uso for 2025 Royal Rumble winners. And I'm thinking, really? You know what I mean? Really? I just sat through a fucking 3-hour pay-per-view wanting my favourites to win, you know. Alexa Bliss and CM Punk should have won. You know what I mean? But It's just the way it is, everybody. And again, I suppose match of the night was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for the ladder match, but that was just predictable. But it was hard hitting at the same time, and I liked the entertainment value in that match. So, again, fine pay-per-view wrestling-wise, but outcomes really disappointing. I can never really see myself as Jey Uso main event in WrestleMania, and it's rumoured that he wants to wrestle Gunther for the world title. Can you imagine him if he beats Gunther for the world title? Sorry, zero excitement. I'm sorry, but I've got no excitement whatsoever about Jey Uso main event in WrestleMania. And that's not me trying to be harsh. It's not me trying to hurt people's feelings. It's not me trying to insult the Jey Uso fans. I'm just being honest. Jey Uso main event in WrestleMania 41 is just not hyped me up, not one little bit. Got no hype, got no interest, got no excitement. It's just not there. Alright, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I mean, it's not me coming on here trying to bully or hurt people. I'm just being realistic, being honest. Jey Uso, a Royal Rumble winner, and going on to wrestle at WrestleMania for the world title. Can you actually imagine him with the world title belt around his waist, how it's going to look? It's going to look so fucking weird around a mid-carder. That's all I'm going to say, everyone. And if you've got any questions, we'll see where we go from here. Thanks, everyone. Peace out.